could play so much. Man, y'all know what it is. It's the morning run. It's Deuce the Scoop. It's Big Dog Chico. Yours truly, Uncle Neely. Ant-Man is down too, but that didn't stop Deuce from bringing the guns out. He got the jersey on, baby. We're going to get into the NBA. We got special guest, Coach James Cheney, player development, Colorado. It's the morning run.
Yep, it is the morning run. Friday, May 23rd. It's Aloha Friday 2025. We up in this thing live and direct. Dukes is back with us. Uncle Neely, Big Dog Chico Cleasy on the Pregame Network. Aloha and good morning to you. It's morning somewhere. What's up, Dukes?
What's up with it?
It's morning somewhere.
Is it morning where you are, Dukes?
Man, it look like it, don't it? It look like it. I'm in here looking like Chico.
Hey, Duke, somebody hit me last night during the live show and said, "Man, Neely, if you had something to eat, you look just like Duke." She was like, "He about to crash out." They know they know the minute Duke's
start eating on camera on him.
Man, boy, wish I had some on me now, but it's all good. We'll make do with these little sour Skittles.
Yeah.
What's up with y'all, man? How was the week?
Man, we had a good week, man. Good productive. I know you was doing your thing with your agency work, man. Shout out to you. Much love and respect for that. But we held it down. We let everybody. Chico try to tell everybody your business at Chico. Let that man announce it. Well, he was on his Instagram. I said, well, these folks on YouTube, they might not follow his Instagram.
Man,
Chico trying to tell folks what you have for dinner or what you like, Chico.
No, here he go again. You start off the show snitching again, dog. You just making a habit of this.
Well, here's what I want to happen. I want to start off the show with me snitching, but then you saying I'm lying. You ain't never said I'm lying. You should deny the charges before you say, man, he's snitching.
That was a little fabricated, little lie right there. That was a little added on to right there. You know what I mean?
Plead guilty, dog.
You know how you do it.
I'm finna go ahead and hit this now.
Hit it. You know what's up in that thing? That's that good old.
I think it's Push-Up Friday. You've been gone this week.
Sponsor. He said Push-Up Friday. I like that.
Matter of fact, Chico, you got your phone?
I do, but it's charging. You feel me?
Right, cool. What percentage you on? I'm just asking.
I'm glad you ain't got to do no push-ups. You over there hitting that damn cookies thing.
Hey man,
you ain't got to do no push-ups.
Yeah, I did it. I did push-ups this week, hoop this week. So
I saw you getting right. You did look kind of like Stephen A. Smith though with your punching. You got to work them hips a little bit.
Listen. Oh no, buddy. Like trust me, we ready.
That's just training, ain't it, dude? That's just training. It's different from fight day.
No, I don't even know if you seen when me and the trainer were fussing. I was like, bro, why you be hitting so hard while we just doing reps? These cardio reps. He out there trying to box for real. Now, if I hit you for real, you gonna be mad. Then we got to fight.
I heard that.
So just let's fawn through the motions. Let's clean it out. Yeah.
Are you Deuce, you trying to be like
disconnected.
Rocky 3. When Rocky had to fight Thunder Lips, aka Hulk Hogan, like, hey, let's put on the show.
Yeah.
You hit me. Shit, Thunder Lips was like, bullshit.
Bro, did you know? I don't know if y'all seen it, bro. But like, if you see how that man was throwing jabs, and we doing it barehanded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like repping out barehanded. So I'm like, hey, bro, what's up with you, man? Why you keep why you keep throwing these punches so hard? But Chico, I want you to let that fool you into thinking I'm not gonna knock. Never mind.
I ain't down you, dog. I know you got them hands. Dog. You know you gotta have them hands.
I had to tell Chico. Chico came on my personal IG coming at me. I said, man, I'm gonna swing on your ass tomorrow, man. Like he's like.
Now it's his personal IG as he trying to make it sound like I was supposed to come over there and say something.
Separate stuff, man.
Hey, man, I was reading the comments this week, man, and I saw where somebody said they're like, you taking it too far now. I'm going. You taking it too far, Chico. This is not the Pick on Chico show.
The Pick on Chico show.
I'll tell you
what happened, man.
Based on these subscriptions, memberships, and super chats, I can't tell. They love when we pick on Chico. I think we might need to add a show called the Pick on Chico Show.
Pick on Chico Show.
Man, I ain't picked on Chico one time. Every
I haven't
time,
either.
every
Pick
time.
on. Pick on sounds so like I'm a victim or something. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
Hey, Jermaine King, you must have played Fight Night.
That's
They
that
used to
cool.
say that a lot when I played Fight Night. You watch for the hook.
Cool. That's that cool breeze.
Yeah. Hey, shout out, we got a holiday weekend. Louisiana Glenn called me out for having a double cup. We done got started. We getting started. Y'all ain't got to work Monday. Speaking of, let us know what your Memorial Day weekend plans are. And Louisiana Glenn, he got some stuff cooking. If you in the 303, y'all make sure y'all go get at him. Man, it's got a Memorial Day crawfish boil with Louisiana Glenn. You can golf, so bring your clubs and all that. They got Fireball whiskey at 2 p.m. Line dancing with instructions, and you can bring the kids, man. Y'all get it in the chat. You're always faithful watching the show and chiming in. They're going to be doing this thing out in Arvada, Colorado. You see it on the screen, 14701 West 65th Way, Arvada, Colorado. Y'all go get up, get some golf crawfish cooking up by Louisiana Glenn. Louisiana Glenn, I'm telling you, June 8th, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you.
I can hear them fans right now. They said line dancing.
Yeah.
I can hear them fans popping
Where
right
them
now.
fans at?
I can hear them right now. If you're in Colorado, you want to have a good time, you got to go on there and holler at my dog Louisiana Glenn for sure.
Yeah, Louisiana Glenn pulled up on us at the NIL event.
Yeah,
hung out with us, man. Good dude.
Yeah, he did. There was
ain't nobody more mad at the Saints for not picking Shador than Louisiana Glenn is.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't be. And Greg Tillery from We That Chicken and Shrimp. We had him on the show. He was upset. Dude. Shout out to Texas. I used to live in San Angelo, Texas. There was this place called Graham's. It was like a nightclub, and somebody out there got to know about this. I've heard about this, who lives in Texas. But if I'm not mistaken, it was called Graham's, and it was like a multi club, I guess. You walk in there, you can go to the right side, it's hip hop. You go straight, it's rock and roll or kind of mixture. Then you go left, and it's line dancing and stuff. And
I bet that was an interesting parking lot when the club let out.
Man, cold-blooded.
Well, you right up your alley. United Colors of Building Tone.
Yes, indeed. I like all spectrum. You know what I mean? Of good people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Graham. You got to experience some things outside of your. All right, another Saints QB just got injured. Man, the stuff that's going on in New Orleans. David Carr left. A Saints QB got injured. They might have to start the guy that they drafted this year. Oh, what if they would have drafted Shedeur Sanders? He would have been in a perfect position right now, Bob. Like, how are y'all feeling and hearing the news and all the stuff that's going on surrounding the New Orleans
If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I tell you what, Bucky got a new song. You know what he say?
That sounds like a title of a song.
They all fall down.
Shout out to Bucky. Oh, shake it.
I ain't trying to say nothing bad on nobody, and I don't wish nobody no bad. The boy said it though.
Yeah, just like Chico said when the Celtics got hurt. A jank.
Andre Walker said they all fall down. Yeah.
I tell you what, speaking of falling down, Dukes, Ant-Man down too.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, let me put my cards out. I said it'd be OKC and the Celtics in the finals. Celtics got put out. I'm still right with OKC to make it and win it all. Because I think here's what happened over the course of the season, man. OKC is in the West, and let's look at what happened in the West. Jimmy Butler goes to Golden State, big news.
Mm-hmm.
Luka goes to Lakers, big news. Anytime LeBron just digging his nose, big news. Wemby goes to San Antonio, gets hurt, big news. So many people really slept on that all season long. OKC has been the winningest team in the league. I think they lost only 13, 14 games. But now the world is getting to see them play. I went back and watched the game last night, Deuce. I'm like, damn, hell. I picked them and I didn't know they was that damn good.
Man, look, they come at you in waves.
Waves.
Yeah, we was talking about it like, man, I call them the baby kids. Like they don't die, they multiply.
Yeah.
Like soon as I mean, and everybody play defense. That's the difference I think between them and a lot of teams. They got 10 willing defenders. Their defense works because they don't miss rotations. How many times did you see last night the T-Wolves try to attack SGA up top and they rotate the ball and that corner three was open all night, either on the strong side or the weak side. That corner three was open all night long based on rotations. They based, and Julius Randle didn't even play a lot in the fourth quarter because it was too slow for the rotations for the defense they were running. When they switched to man, I think the Timberwolves had more success, but you can't play a team like that who passes the ball, who makes all the right basketball plays, and you have to defend everybody from 1 to 5, especially if they go with Chet at the 5. And if you can't take advantage of Chet at the 5, you in trouble. So I think
I told Chico, man, when you were out with your conference, I told Chico, I said, like the truth is, and this before game 1, I said the Timberwolves have got to have some Gobert to show up because he is the plus where OKC has a minus.
Mm-hmm.
He can get you 20 boards, 20 points a game. You know, in it, you're gonna win it. And hell, I don't even know if he even been playing. He done threw a ninja pellet down, smoke, and disappeared. You know.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I think too, what we saw yesterday is like when you look at the amount of turnovers and how they turn the ball over, and it's hard to be in the NBA at this level of at this level, and for your coach have to remind you, hey, you got to know who you're throwing the ball to. You remember back in the day, you throw it to a big man with bad hands, and they be like, hey man, they get mad at the point, or they get mad at the man who made the entry pass. Well, that's kind of how it is with Gobert. How many turnovers did we see the ball go in and never come out? And I think from this point, if he doesn't show up and you have to go small with Naz Reid. Now, I did see when they moved Naz Reid to the 5 and played small last night, they had some success in man defense, but that's unsustainable. Nobody could press man for 48 minutes in the NBA at this level of talent. And if that's the only way that you can do it, then I think the Timberwolves' biggest problem is strength and conditioning more than anything. If that's how they got to win.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, you had that big ass game from Gobert in the previous series that just gave you that. Oh man, if he do that, they going all the way and win it. But it's disappeared these two. This series is by no means over. You got to go to Minnesota now. But I will say this: it's been a while since I've seen game 1 and game 2 look more like it could be a sweep than these two have looked. Like the Timberwolves have really not even been in it. And I don't know if a home crowd makes that gap up. Just the factor of being at home. It's going to take some basketball.
Yeah. And then, too, on top of that, when you look at the OKC all season long has went on these crazy runs where they put you away. And it's hard. And they really don't let you up. When they step on your neck, it ain't no getting up. And I think yesterday, it was 30 seconds left in the second quarter. The Timberwolves were down 2. That balloon to 8. In the third quarter, they just they didn't miss. Third quarter, I think they outscored them. What was it? 17 points. Went into the fourth quarter up like 25, 26, something like that. I don't have the exact numbers, but you can't have those runs. You can't have those runs in the third quarter. Same thing happened in game 1. That third quarter, if they can't fix it, and that's really scary. If you cannot fix it after halftime, that's even worse. Yeah. You had the time to go figure it out. Why would you come back out in zone? And I haven't said a whole lot about Chris Finch in this playoffs, but they've proven that they don't have the foot speed to run a consistent zone against a team that can stretch you out across the board, whether they want to play small ball or they want to go 2 bigs with Holmgren and Hartenstein.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I'll say this, and shout out to the super chat also that's coming through. Appreciate that. I'll say
Going
this.
Strong podcast, $10 super chat. Great show, fellas. Just subscribe. We appreciate that. When we log off, I'm gonna subscribe to YouTube, bro.
Also, exactly. I'll say this, man. Just from the eye test. Now, beforehand, I picked Minnesota mainly because they beat my Lakers. and I want to see them go to the finals. But just from the eye test and knowing
Then you picked
basketball
them
for
because I
real,
picked OKC too. You always trying to be opposite on.
anyways, opposite unk. Give me a shirt that say opposite unk. Uh, OKC, man, they just have more pieces. Think about this though. These couple of points I wanted to make. Look at the teams that are left in the finals, right? And look how they're constructed. Look at the Knicks, look at the Pacers, look at the Thunder, and look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Only one that's different is the Timberwolves. Their leading scorer is from the shooting guard position. The other team's leading scorer is the point guard, with Halliburton, or the main scorer is his main facilitator is Halliburton, Big Body Bronson, and then SGA, who just won the MVP. Then they have guys around them that are mainly defensive guys. This is what I was talking about why I was so high on the Knicks before, because they have defensive guys who are dedicated to do that. 3-and-D guys who could defend. But we didn't see the Knicks put in the effort towards that the last couple games, right? The Thunder are doing that, and it's coming together. When SGA is on point, getting to his spot and scoring and getting to the free throw line, then you got Chet playing. You got Jay Williams playing defense like he does against Randall. Then the other guys coming off the bench to play defense. Case and Wallace playing defense. These guys are more versatile, really, than any other team out there, but they're all constructed the same, which is why we're seeing these guys. And I think it started with Steph Curry, where it starts with the point guard. He's the main scorer. And then you have other guys around them that can fill in, play defense, help facilitate, and get rebounds. And I think that might be where the NBA is going, at that point guard spot and being the main scorer.
Time will tell. The series now moves to Minnesota for 3 and 4. Flipping over to the Eastern Conference, man, what a last 3 minutes in basketball for the Knicks to just give up the ghost. And as Halliburton and Reggie would say, choke it out.
What the hell?
What the hell he on?
What the heliante?
Yeah, man. What a game. 14 minutes, 2:45 left. Knicks losing overtime. What a bounce. 5 threes by Nick Smith in the final 2 minutes. For me, I know it's just like any other turd. You just flush it and walk off. But this one is going to be a hard one to flush and walk off from. To me, man, it makes game 2 must win for the Knicks.
I agree that you don't want to go on the Indiana 0-2. And then 2, you don't even want to put that doubt in the Knicks fans' head. They're really excited. You had game 1. The Pacers really didn't play their best game. Giving up 135 points ain't their game, no way. So when you score that way and you don't win, when you get 78 points from Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, I think it was 78, they're 80 points. When you and you lose, that ain't a good sign, dog. So hopefully, for Knicks fans and the city of New York, they can rebound. But you don't want to go on and you don't want to go. Hold on, matter of fact, where was the home game?
It's Knicks, then goes to Pacers.
So the Knicks did have the advantage, right? That was in Madison Square. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, 14 points. That was like a legendary. I think Unk gave it a stat last night. It's a legendary letdown right there. That was
let me see. Can I pull it back up, Deuce, and for this morning show? If I still got Deontay there.
They should have that on the bulletin board when you walk into the Knicks locker room. You should have Halliburton with the choke sign around his neck, and that should be motivation for them guys, man. No, for one, that should give them confidence to know that, listen, man, if they're saying we choked, that means we had the game, right?
Oh, totally had the game.
So
but
we need to just recalibrate and get right, dog.
Get this, Dukes, in chat. Since 1996, which is a long, long time ago, teams trailing by 7 points or more in the last 50 seconds of the fourth quarter or in overtime in the playoffs are 4 wins to 1,702 losses. Right. The Pacers have 3 of those 4 wins this year.
That's crazy.
So coming into this year, it was 1 in 1,700, and now it's 4 in 1,700. They done it 3 times. Damn. They did it in Milwaukee, did it Cleveland, and now have done it against New York.
He ain't lying.
A team that can score in bunches like that is scary as hell. The Minnesota last night, you never felt as hard as they worked to get back in the game and get it to 10 or 11 in the fourth quarter. You never felt like they were truly going to be in the game. If that was Indiana, you would have started being like, all right, because it didn't have to be one guy scoring in bunches. And I think that's what it is with if Randall's not there, Minnesota, it's kind of hard for anybody else to kind of score in bunches the way you need them to. The Pacers are constructed to scoring bunches from multiple positions, and I know everybody's talking about Masai. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Yeah, from Toronto, how he constructed that team. I like how Indiana constructed their team. Now think about it. How did Halliburton get there?
Yeah.
Trade with the monster Sabonis. And a lot of people thought that was a crazy trade. A lot of people did not like that trade at the beginning. But now when you look at how the trade and no shade at Sabonis because he's having a great career as well. But Halliburton is what was needed. And Chico, I think, man, to be honest, I cannot disagree with that statement you made about having a guard be your leading scorer. Because at the end, now the caveat to that is because I always say you can't win with a small guard. Now, yep, for sure.
Look at Shea and look at Halliburton. They're technically not small guards; they're the bigger guard. I think you might. Let me not cut you off. I think you was about to make that point, actually.
Yeah. That's the point I was making. But you can go ahead, Chico. I ain't even being funny. Go ahead.
Okay, now I'm just going to say, Big Body Brunson might be the odd man out here,
right?
Because he fits more of that small guard mold. You know, like back in the day, Isaiah Thomas and maybe a Steph Curry. But Steph with that range, and then he had those other guys around him. Now you look at bigger guards like Shea and Halliburton and the pieces around them. We might be seeing those two guys go head to head, and we might see the NBA kind of move towards that. Look at Luka being the point guard leading scorer. Look at LaMelo Ball. Look at, and I'm sure there's many other cases around the NBA.
Cade.
Those two just stood out. Cade Cunningham and the success they're having in Detroit. So there you go, right there. That's where the NBA, I think, is going.
You spot on, Chico, because it's just like the NFL. The association is a copycat league too. We got to do what works. We got to do what works to beat our division. Win our conference. So you're going to see people replicate that through the draft and the free agency. Shout out to the chat because when I made that Turd reference, it was a bunch of Reynolds references. They love a good story, Chico. They don't forget it. They have Reynolds.
Let me say that's the third one for no reason. Let me say this real quick. Julius Randle, we talked about how he bullied so much the last couple series, not really being able to do that against OKC because they could throw different bodies at him. Williams is just as agile at him and thick, so he can take that punishment, right? He's about the same size. And then you have a guy like Chet go up against him who's leaner and taller. Now you got to play him and try to score over him in a different way. It's almost like when they're talking about sending different bodies at Big Body Brunson, to just give him different looks, sending all those defenders that they have with the Pacers, send different looks at him so he can have to play a different type of ball game. Same way with Julius Randle, that gives him problems. When he can't just be like a bull in a china shop and go there and bully his way there and get to the line or finish for a three-point play, then he's going to be taken out of the ball game. And like I said before, he's not a huge rebounder. He's not a huge rebounder, averaging only 6 rebounds per game. That need to be up at least 10. And where you at, Rudy Gobert? Leave it at that.
Well, Chico, check the green room.
We here. We ready.
Let's do it. We told you I had a special guest on this Friday, Memorial Day weekend. Our man, Coach Prime's homeboy. They grew up together in no 4 miles. Played ball together. Legendary high school coach in Florida, now Coach Prime staff in Colorado, as player development coach. Coach James Cheney, welcome to the morning run, brother.
What it is, what's going on? Thank y'all for having me. Chico, I see you, my boy.
Yes, indeed. What up, Coach?
Young man, I don't think I never met you.
That's Dukes to Scoop. He been by the office.
Okay. Holla at me next time, man. Don't do me like that.
For sure. I'm going to pop in, though. For sure.
All right, leave, bro. You treat me bad, my boy. Hey, man, thank y'all for having me on, man.
Man, absolutely.
Myers in the building.
Yeah, Norfolk Myers in the building, man. Coach Cheney, Dukes, Chico in the chat. When we got to Colorado, got to playing with Coach Prime, first brother I met, and Coach Prime said, you got to interview him and get his story. We go way back. He told me, Neely, Coach Cheney was the only 2-parent household in the hood. We was all, his daddy was everybody's dad. He was the only one with a dad on the block.
Hey, man, I was blessed, man. I was blessed with a great mom and dad and family. And, man, we set the table for everybody in the hood, man. Anybody on our team need something to eat, need a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, drink some water out the water hose, we were there for you.
Yeah, that's what Coach said. Coach, but talk about your role as player development coach with Coach Prime, and how your upbringing and high school coaching career plays into what you do.
Well, I was just at a conference this past weekend and presenting to some NFL guys, and I was telling them that I've always been a director of player development, every level I've been on. I just didn't know it. I just didn't know the title. I started coaching tiny mites, 5-year-olds. And I ended up being a high school head coach with 1 year high school experience. And down where we're from, it's kind of like the mentality was, it was only 2 ways out, either being a trapper, a drug dealer, or being a football star. And, it was things that I had to do as a father figure to keep these teams together, to keep these young men together. Because, when I played Pop Warner football, my daddy took me to practice. When I needed a haircut, my daddy took me to the barbershop. But now, you go down and you see a barbershop full of women with young boys getting their haircut, or you see women standing along the gate, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank God for our women, our grandmas, our aunties. Thank God for them. But our men have taken a step back when it comes to raising their young men to be men. And, we as coaches, and I really fight for this, on social media, our coaches have to fill in that gap, and it can't be all about winning and who's showing out, who got the best team and all this shit. That's great. There's a place for that. But we're charged to raise our young men and keep them out of the system and get them to another level. Don't have to be college football. They ain't got to be the NFL, but let's get you in a place where you can get an education, get some type of certification, and become someone who can take care of their family.
Yeah. Coach, and follow up that before Chico and Deuce hop in. Everyone has always heard Coach Prime say, you come to Colorado and play for me, you're going to leave here professional. You're going to the NFL, or going to be a professional in life.
Absolutely.
And he's really speaking to your role when he says that, because that's what you do, is you develop these guys into men, above and beyond football, above and beyond the wins and losses of what's going on the field.
Well, I've through life, I've had all kind of positions and jobs. I had a catering business. I worked in the jail. I taught juveniles who were adjudicated as adults. I taught them GED for a couple years in our county jail. And I probably had 7 or 8 murderers come through that class. And it was weird. I was like, God, why am I doing this? It felt like I was going to jail every day. And then I felt good coming out, you know what I'm saying? So I did time. But I think God puts us in situations where we can benefit his kingdom the most. It may not be glamorous. It may not be high paying. It may not be this or that. But I kind of figured out how, I think to an extent, I figured out how God works. He's like, man, I'm going to put you here. And then maybe 10 years later, you'll understand why. So I've lost 2 kids to the system. Both of them got pretty much life in prison. And I just had one of my Pop Warner kids get killed less than a year ago in Fort Myers. And it hurts. It cuts you deep, because you start thinking back like, man, what could I have said? Could I have done more? And it's just giving me a heart and a purpose to make my little videos online, to try to encourage parents, and to try to make sure our kids, like you say, get developed and end up in a career, end up in the NFL. But when the NFL is over, they have something to do. They have a path, they have a plan, they have a goal, and we can make that happen.
Nope.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you about, so people may not realize how much talent you actually sent to the Division I level. Powerhouse football at Lehigh. What have you brought from your time at the high school level, helping prepare these guys for the Division I and for big time football? I mean, that list is long. Like when I was on 3 and 24/7, you had to know what was going on down there. Mm-hmm. So with understanding how you got those guys to the next level, how much of that have you brought to Colorado, and what parts help you from your high school career to your current career?
Well, my dad played college football at where was he? He was in Virginia State University. My brother played at Southern Illinois. I played at Florida State. I got a son at Wisconsin and a son. He just finished at Wisconsin. Another one just finished at Valdosta State. I mean, I grew up with Deion Sanders. I grew up around Javon Curse. I grew up around Sammy Watkins. I grew up around a lot of football. Okay. And my thing was, my dad told me something I never forget. He was like, man, the worst position on the field is on the bench. He said, I don't care where you play. You just don't want to be on the bench. So I talk to our guys who are struggling to get on the field, guys who don't really know how to break through and get in the lineup. I talked to them about the methods I used when I was at Florida State. I started like 3 games as a 17-year-old nose guard at Florida State. And it was because when guys were hurt, I practiced. When guys start lifting weights, I kept lifting weights. You know what I mean? I had to, when you don't have a size superpower, you have to make it up for it. Like when you go blind, one of your other senses are going to show up and show out to make up for that blindness. So your lack of talent or size or whatever, you can make up for it by lifting, by being the strongest guy on the team. You know what I mean? By being the most knowledgeable guy and with the playbook. So I always counsel. I'll see them at practice, Neely. You out there, you see them. And then they're on the sideline. They get in with the threes, and then I pull them in my office. I say, "Man, you want to get on the field? I've been there and done it. I'll show you how to do it, but you have to execute it." So it's all about a mindset, okay? And one of the most pressing things for a young person is to have that mindset and still work while they're behind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they see people getting this money, they see people getting these accolades, and they're like, "Man, I'm better than this guy," or whatever. But you have to show up and work. And God doesn't leave hard work, unrewarded. And at Lehigh, we worked. At Lehigh, you went to class. At Lehigh, your ass was doing what you're supposed to do. It wasn't no friendship, little friendly stuff, And we demanded that you work, you showed up on time, you had your pants pulled up. I was even to the point, bro, where if a kid didn't have on the right shoes when a college coach came to campus, if he had on some slides or something, I'd tell the man, "Hey, he ain't here."
Mm-hmm.
If you don't look like you've been lifting weights, bro, he ain't here. Y'all call him on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And parents were mad at me about stuff like that. But I said, man, I'm trying to put your child in the best position to get a football scholarship. I was obsessed with it.
How do you come up, like when you first arrived in Colorado? How do you connect with guys that you never met before, and just come into there and just establish your role and help develop these players?
I have a natural ability. It's like my mind automatically. If somebody tell me they from South Carolina, something pop in my mind that'll make me resonate with where they're from and who they are.
Right.
Like we had the tight end Shimon Matera came in. He from Miami, and I walk up to him. I said, "Man, you ain't bring no conch fritters here." He automatically like, "You know about conch?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that instantly lets us form a bond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand how he was coached at Miami Central and the Pop Warner stuff he went through, so I can speak his language. So what I do is I build rapport. And a lot of coaches, man, like some of our guys who are from different areas, and they think that the kid just being there in the program automatically commands respect with a coach. That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These kids nowadays, man, you gotta get with them. You gotta build rapport with them. They have to trust you before they'll let you mentor them or talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I gotta go back to the hood on them. But most of the time, man, it's just general conversations. I'm like Big Unc. I'm like Dad, and I'm trying to give you the steps. And they're not always pretty. They're not always easy. I just want to give you the steps that it takes, for you to be successful on and off the football field. And that's what I do.
Chico, one thing is, Coach, I'm gonna tell on him.
Oh Lord.
He left something out.
Oh no.
And that relationship and trust building, and you ask him how does he reach the kids that that he didn't know before. He got this thing at home called an oven.
Yeah.
He a hell of
I
a
was gonna
baker.
go there too.
And when he bringing them treats up to the office, they gonna find their way to Coach Cheney office. And they getting up for that cheesecake, they sit down and talk a while. Like
I
he
think
got
that goes
the
back.
perfect bait on that hook, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
I
goes
did it
back
at
to the
school.
peanut butter sandwiches he was talking about. He knows how to.
Hey, I cooked I cooked probably 80%. My 8 years at Lehigh, I probably cooked like 80% of our team meals.
Mm.
I had a catering business. I catered pharmaceutical reps for a while. Like I said, I did all this stuff, man. I had a barbecue business. I catered pharmaceutical reps for like 10 years, man. And when I was at Florida State, I got tired of the training table. I was just tired of it. It's like everything tastes the same. And I called Mom one day. I said, Mama, how you cook macaroni and cheese? And she was like, she couldn't tell me. She was like, man, we'll just get you a box. So I figured it out, and then I started cooking. And my players at Lehigh didn't want nobody else to cook for them. I go out there and get donations, and like, oh man, they're gonna do our team meal, and people bring the food, and man, Coach Cheney, why you ain't just cook? You know what I'm saying? And that's how all that came about. But I can bake, man. I can bake any cake, cook any pie. I mean, God just gifted me with that talent, and I just use it to break the ice and to get people up here. And me and Ty, we'll talk to them, we'll grab them up, and we kind of treat them like home, because a lot of guys are from the South, and you know how Boulder is, you know what the makeup is.
Yes,
we just try to make sure they feel like they're at home and do that type of stuff all the time.
Well, sweet potato cheesecakes will definitely do the trick. I'll tell you that much. Because
I had them at Pro Day.
Mm.
You had them at Pro Day?
They just gobbled them up like they killed them real quick.
Well, you did. Yeah.
So Saucy Southern in Denver by University of Denver.
Yeah.
They sell the cheesecakes in the restaurant.
Oh wow.
Them Mississippi boys, them are homeboys out of Starkville.
Hey, if they stop eating all their supply, then maybe we'll make some money. Yeah, them boys eating up all the supply, but yeah, they good people, man. Them guys, man, are very inspirational. They came up here, man, and had a goal, and just God just adding, on to those guys, man, and I really appreciate them.
Yeah, Coach. One of the things when I'm in practice, I'm watching things 'cause I'm looking for content, gobbling up stuff for Coach Prime, and in that capacity, I get to watch the people that's watching.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I on the sideline, I've stood back and watch guys' body language that are in the game or not in the game, practicing or not practicing. And then lo and behold, those will be some of the guys I also see visiting with you in your office after practice. And like you started with, you start telling them your story, how the work pays off and to be patient. But I think the key to that is also what you touched on, man, that trust. Like they got to trust you and like you to listen to you.
No doubt.
Trust you, like you, believe in you to follow the advice you're saying. But everybody that goes to that office and sticks to the Cheney plan, they end up seeing that field.
It's not hard, man. It's not hard. It's you're gonna always catch somebody, as we used to say in Fort Myers, you're gonna catch somebody slipping. You work. Somebody gonna get comfortable, and we used to call it in Fort Myers, get spotty. Somebody gonna be out there and get spotty and think they got this position on lock. And guess what? I'm finna pounce on your butt. You know what I'm saying? Because you comfortable. And I don't feel, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been knowing Prime since I was 7, 8 years old. He one of them type of people that you can't never be comfortable around.
Mm-mm.
I don't care how close you think you is to him. I don't care how much y'all hang out, laugh, and joke. You can't never be comfortable around that dude. I couldn't be comfortable around him at North Fort Myers High School. I was a freshman. He was a senior. I couldn't be comfortable around him at Florida State. You know what I'm saying? And it's because he has such a high demand of being great. And he expect, in all honesty, whether it's right, wrong, and indifference, he expect everybody to want to be great as just as great as him. You showing you want to be great, he gonna ride with you. He gonna throw you a carrot. You know what I mean? So I'm me and Prime from the same hometown, played on 2 teams together, knowing each other for a long time. But nearly you'll never see me going overboard to interact with him. I know he got a lot on his mind. My greatest gift to Coach Prime is being a great player development person and making sure these kids can stay on board.
Absolutely. And man, you preaching the gospel. This is the Bible. We write that down to read. I had a FaceTime with him yesterday, him being Coach Prime, and he don't rest on accomplishment.
No, sir.
And the standard is forever evolving. And he was just sharing with me, in all the stuff we've accomplished in Colorado, that I'm gonna be on everybody harder this summer and this fall. Like, we got to do more. I got to get more out of the coaches, got to get more out of you. And it wasn't like no chastisement. It was like a notification, like, hey dog, if you think we've been working, like we got to go up some more now.
Yes, sir.
So let's get everybody ready, because the standard is a standard and he don't lower it.
No, it's gonna get higher and higher, and he wants to see you be successful even after your time with him. He know people still got to work, and Coach Brian can lead this thing anytime he want to. You know what I mean? But he wants us to be equipped and prepared for the next level, wherever that is.
And one of the things I love, Coach, and you chime in on this because, like you said, been known for every day, and I know Deuce can as well because I sat in with them on one of their meetings. He's going to question you a lot, but in the asking of the questions, it's not chastisement. He's trying to figure out where you want to be, and then he's going to hold you to where you said and help you get there, or hold you accountable when you slip up to what you said.
You better be careful what you say.
You said you want to do X, Y, Z, and you ain't doing it, And so a lot of people will take his question like, damn, man, why are you on my ass like this? But he's really doing it like, how can I help you? I got to know what you're trying to get, because I want you to surpass this relationship. I want you to grow bigger than what you are now. Like, he wants everybody on his staff to have their own staff one day.
Well, the players too. You got to be careful what you tell him on that recruiting visit. Oh, Coach, I want to play in the league. I want to be the number one corner and first-round draft pick in the league. Oh, you do? Okay. And that turns into another motivational type relationship.
Yeah, because when he see you slacking in the weight room, hey, dog, didn't you sit there with your mom and tell me you wanted to be?
Yeah.
Reminds you of
that's the
and
truth.
hold you to it.
Yeah, Chico, you need to go in your meeting with Coach Brian and say, I don't want to be nothing. I want to be sorry and lazy. That way, when he see you being sorry and lazy, he be like, okay, you want it, dog.
He's going to be like, no, dog, I don't need another Neely around here, dog. I want you to be you. I want you to be you. I need big dog around here.
Chico hit back then. Okay, there, Chico.
I almost felt it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Coach Cheney, I was going to ask you, so even playing at Florida State and your era, what's the biggest difference between college football then when you were playing and now?
How much time we got? Football practice is not physical no more.
Oh, yeah.
Football practice is not physical no more. It's no more hamburger drills, no more bull in the ring. I played for Chuck Amato. He was my defensive line coach, and he was the head coach at NC State. One time we came out pregame, and we weren't playing the best team in the world. We came out a little lethargic. We did bull in the ring in front of 80,000 people.
Damn.
No.
Look, we did bull in the ring in front of 80,000 people. And Coach Mon, within that high voice, he goes, I bet your ass is up. I bet you woke up now. You know what I'm saying? It's not as physical. And I think because of the way young men are raised in family situations, young men are a little more sensitive now. It's hard for them to deal sometimes with correction. And, the one thing Coach Amato taught me that I'll never forget, we were all in the room, and he went down the line. He said, if I want you to get better, I'll tell you you're not starting. If I want you to get better, I'll make you do heavy jump rope at the practice. If I want you to do better, I'll call your mama, whatever. And he said, as a coach, you have to be a psychologist. Everybody don't get motivated the same way. Like when I was an ESC teacher at Lehigh, I would like a street dude. They call them YNs now, don't they? Or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll come in the classroom and they'll vibe and show their little ass or whatever. So I'll be like, hey man, bro, can I holler at you outside? Yeah, Coach Cheney, what's up? So I pull him outside and I say, look, bro, how I'm gonna run the classroom and expect people to act right when you ain't acting right. I said, bro, you taking money off my table. You know, and I'm very, very low key with it. I ain't arguing with him. But funny thing happened when I do that. That kid ends up being a disciplinarian in my class.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He the one, hey man, hey y'all, hey. Cause see, I used to have Power 5 big time coaches walking in. Like my high school was just so non-traditional. I was not treated like no VIP head coach. Taught a class. When Nick Saban came to the school, he came to my ESE class. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have these young men and women trained to make sure he got the attention he deserved, and it wasn't no disruption. I ain't telling people to shut up. You know what I'm saying? I had to control my classroom from a psychological way, dealing with you know, alternative learning type kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, speaking of Nick Saban, I was in a classroom one day and a D3 coach was sitting at my desk. I'm showing him film. So Nick Saban walks in, and the D3 coach was like, "Oh, Coach Cheney, I see you busy." I said, "No." I said, "You sit right there. We're gonna finish." I send way more kids to D3 than I will P5 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what Nick Saban said? "Yeah, well, I'm good, Coach Cheney. You take your time. I'll be right here." You know, Nick Saban is one of the most like down to earth dudes, you know, that ever came to my school. And, you know, I have a lot of respect for him. You know what I mean? But, you know, I tell coaches all the time in high school, treat the NAIA dude just like you would treat Dabo Swinney. Because the NAIA dude going to move up.
Yep.
He going to move up. He going to have influence one day. And he going to remember it ain't what you do for people, it's how you make them feel. You know what I'm saying? So I always went out of my way to make those guys in the lower levels, you know, make sure they felt respected.
Man.
Hey, man, y'all know what it is. This is the morning run with Big Dog Chico, Deuce Scuba, yours truly, Uncle Neely. We got the one and only James Cheney coming out of Florida, Coach Prime, the development coach for Colorado football, also master chef for Colorado football. If y'all got a question,
author,
if you remember Super Chat, put in the chat. We'll make sure to ask. Hey, because Coach, everybody in the chat talking about these gems you dropping. They got to watch this show 2 or 3 times. I'll tell you one he put on me, Chico. I ain't know that the ovens work differently just because the altitude high. He's like, no, you can't cook in Colorado like you cook in Florida and Mississippi. I need you got to just sit.
Dang. When did you find that out? When you got there, or did you already know?
I tried to bake like 3 pound cakes, man, and they dropped like the stock market.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because I can bake a pound cake with my eyes closed. I don't even, I just, so they kept dropping. So I got online, you know, and they were saying they gave tips on how to, you know, combat that with the altitude. So I had to learn that pretty quickly because I was wasting a whole lot of money on them high ass eggs.
I was walking to the building one day, one of them dead of winters we had that first season. And I'm looking at the ground, looking at my phone. My phone says 29 degrees, but the water on the ground ain't froze. I said, damn, water don't freeze at 32 here? And they're like, no, it don't. So it's the same rules with temperature in the oven, temperature outside. The altitude is a mofo.
And, you know, my son is here. He just finished at Wisconsin, and he's working out, you know, for the next level and all that good stuff. But I said, man, this altitude is the perfect place, you know, for you to work out. You know, you're going to be the most in shape person there unless you know, going against a Bronco. But, you know, the altitude really helps. And, you know, we getting him, you know, he loved football. We getting him around football. He kind of talking to Coach Livingston, man, and talking about some of the things they did at Wisconsin, man. But those are the opportunities, man, that you got to help present for your children. You know, and it ain't got to be football, man. It could be business. It could be something. But we have to level up when it comes to helping our children prepare, you know, for the next level in life. And I truly wholeheartedly.
And having him there, coach, is going to work because it's a reason that the U.S. Olympics training facility is in Colorado. Because if you can run, sprint, jump in Colorado, you can do it anywhere. One question from Kevin Dorsey. He says, Coach, do you have an ultimate job in football that you like?
Man, every time I make plans and have goals for that, God be like, I'll let you, bro. I'm gonna put you here. This is why I want you. So I want to be submissive to my higher power, and I want to go where he takes me and where he places me. You know what I mean? If I always knew that if he brings me to it, he'll bless me through it.
So whatever. Say that again for the people in the back now.
If he brings me to it, he'll bless me through it. This hasn't been, it's not easy moving all the way from South Florida to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? My wife still has a career down there. She got like 7 years before she retires, and we want to make sure she's straight. But flying back and forth and all that stuff, it's not easy. My mom's down there and my family's down there, but God is blessing me through this, and He's teaching me so much stuff, and He's helping me to meet so many great people that I can only strike this up as a blessing.
Hey, man, let me amen and affirm that on you, because I've witnessed your work and working around all those things. And let me also give Coach Prime a shout out. I remember a couple of years ago talking to him like, dog, your mom here, your kids here, your sister here. A lot of us, man, our family's back home. He's like, dog, go home.
Yeah.
Like he's okay with people's families either coming with them or you take time to go home, because family is so important to him. He brought his with him, so he understands. No, Cheney, go home.
Yes, absolutely. My father passed last summer, and he said, "Man, go home. Don't rush back. Don't be trying to work remote." He said, "We got you, bro." And Reg Calhoun, same way. My boss, DFO here, and they really made me feel like, man, these people care more about results. They care about people. And when you care about people, you're going to win, you're going to improve, you're going to be a blessing. And I've always believed in that. And, you asked me the question about, how things were at Lehigh. And I love people, man. I love the parents and I love the kids. That don't mean I didn't have to correct them or get on them. But my total focus at Lehigh Senior High School was the players. And now I have some young men that are excelling on and off the field. And I'm seeing every few months somebody graduating, and that was my only goal. I just wanted to produce high level young men.
Yeah. Man, Coach, I got to ask you this. I heard, and first of all, condolences with your father.
Thank you.
And I heard you say how much he meant to your community.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, even looking at what just happened in the NFL draft, it's almost like in our society, especially in the football world, they put a boogeyman mask on the black father.
Yes, sir.
How do we remove that mask? Even me raising a young football player, how do we know when we're overstepping the line because that's what they tell us we're doing, but I'm just doing what's in my heart.
Yes, sir.
So how do we take that feedback we're getting and stay strong, knowing that we're just being what we're supposed to be?
Well, you have tunnel vision. I coached both of my sons in high school, and I coached my son at Valdosta State more in youth than I did Jake. Jake always was on a different level. But when I was at Lehigh, my sons were on my team. These were my rules, even in youth. These were my rules. I'll never coach your position. I've always been a head coach. It's only been like 2 years of my coaching career when I was actually coaching that I haven't been a head coach. I never coached your position. I was never the coordinator because I was the head coach, and I never talked to your coach about your playing time or your status on the team. When we get home or we ride home in the car, man, Dad, they ain't giving me a chance. I ain't getting no playing time. So we get home, and I had that pretty Floritam grass in the back of my yard, Neely, with the good well water sprinkler system, boy. I had that good grass. I said, boy, my grass so pretty in that backyard. Yeah, it is pretty, Dad. I said, why it ain't tore up?
Aaron, opportunity, baby.
You want to play? Why my grass ain't tore up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't working away from work. You only working at work.
He ain't lying.
You working when they tell you to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I taught my kids that you cannot get anything of value without working for it. We moved in. We moved one time and shit. My son Jake used to run through the neighborhood, and he found somebody throwing away a weight set. Shit, we went on and got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes in today's football landscape, some of our parents and players and organizations, we've gotten a little cute. You know, we got the best fancy Under Armour uniform. We got the rags and the socks and all that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you cannot survive football unless you have an element of being a blue collar person to you.
Mm.
And also, there's been times where I've created tough situations for my kids. We done had our lights turned off. We done had our water turned off. Hey man, go take this 5-gallon bucket, man, and go over there and get some of that water from the neighbor, man, so we can flush the damn toilet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are untold stories that me and my kids been through. You know what I'm saying? I done had to go out there and sell rib sandwiches at the barbershop to put food on the table. And I'm not, I'm not condoning that, but that was a part of the process.
You ain't shame of it
either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Part of the process.
You know?
Yeah.
I made less than $5,000 a year supplement for being a head coach all them years. All them players I produced played on ESPN, had helicopters flying to my school, and wasn't making $5,000 supplement.
Yeah.
But I thank God for them times because, it's allowed me to be where I am today.
Man, I appreciate that, Coach, because, you get times and the worst thing that a father who has a young athlete is you doing too much. You're doing too much.
They call it daddy ball because your son, you teaching your son how to be a great football player. They call it daddy ball.
That's crazy. Or are you living through your son? Like,
I've been through everything you've been through, bro. I can listen. This is the thing. I can show you how to take a tiny mite, a 5-year-old to Power 5, and maybe in a few weeks I can add NFL to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you every step I took. I'm a divorcee. I was a single dad. I was trying to. I mean, I was in debt. Mortgage was behind. I've been through all that, but the only thing I had one thing, and it started with trusting God.
Mm.
I was isolated because at one time I was in the restaurant business, and I left before my kids woke up, and they was at my mama's house when I got back, so I didn't see them for, and I became isolated for a few months, and every time God has ever isolated me, I came out better. I'm pretty much isolated up here, but I gotta trust God. I gotta hear Him while I'm in this state. But all I can tell you when it comes to your kid, discipline, structure, hard work, and keep being the dad you are. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
Because 90% of these kids that they playing with don't have that father figure like you have, that your kid has.
No, I appreciate that, Coach, for sure.
And I'm praying for you, man. It go by fast, bro.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
It go by fast.
Does. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Coach, let me pour into you a second, man, because I don't know if you recognize or realize, and I know I got to do a better job of telling you, man, how much I appreciate you when I walk by your office, because, the outside world see what we're doing in Colorado, but that staff is from all over the South, all over the place, and it ain't as easy as we make it look like. That far away from home, totally different demographics. Well, I mean, you name it. But inside that building, particularly that 4th floor, when you're dealing with a Reginald Calhoun Sr. or walking by a Coach Cheney office, like, you don't know you're not in West Jackson. You don't know you're not in North Fort Myers. And so the atmosphere that Coach Prime has created at the top and allows you guys to replicate in your position, it makes the world of difference for not just the players, but for the staff, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. But, I tell people all the time when they come on recruiting visits, my number one goal is to make sure you, mama, you, daddy can sleep at night.
Say that.
That's it. Ball gonna be ball. The kid gonna be the kid.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that you understand fully that you got people up here that's gonna make sure you can sleep at night. And that's my recruiting pitch.
I got you. Hey, we got a super
I'm a
chat
football
just dropped. Coach Cheney, you motivated them at that. El Anissa, member and 1990 super chat. She said Coach Cheney is dropping gems. Great episode. Bring Coach back. So, Coach, you know you're welcome to come back anytime.
Man, I'll come back on any of y'all platforms, man. I know, Big Dog, I had kind of turned you down at first, dog. I was worried about you. No, I'm just playing.
Coach, I still worry about it. I worry about it. And then I realized, I said, man, this is how I can stop worrying. Let me just pray for her. Let me let God deal with Chico.
That's what you gotta do, baby.
I can't raise my kids at Chico, too.
Nah, man, but much love and respect to all y'all, man. I didn't know you was with 247, my brother.
Yeah. I started out with 247. Me and Carl Reed was over there, and then I went to On 3 last year, and then we had a little situation happen, and shoot, man, Coach Prime he said, hey man, try it yourself before you take another job.
There you go.
Shoot, man, he put me with Buck, he put me with Uncle Neely, and shoot, I ain't had to look back. So
that's blessing. How he is, man. He's a chess player, not no checker player.
Coach, I don't know if you when we practicing down on the lower fields, when we walk that bridge, there's always this white guy on the bridge with a dog. His name is Dennis. Dennis is in the chat, and he said, "Head coach, don't feel isolated. We appreciate you."
Dennis, man, your dog. When I see that little dog, black people don't have dogs that behave like that. Dennis, your dog is the most well-behaved dog. And something about that dog, man, I really like, man. And if I can come and pet him one day, man,
guess what his name is?
Do that.
His name is Bruce. He gave Dennis name get that dog a personal name. His name is Bruce.
Bro, he act like a human being. It's like a little chihuahua or something, man.
Yeah.
Bro, that dog just sit up there and watch practice and just be chilling, man. I ain't never had a dog like that.
Actually, I heard that Bruce brings Dennis to practice, so that's how it works.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. Dennis just has to leak. Yeah, that's how it works.
Bruce driving. Dennis got the flea collar on.
Shout out to Bruce, man.
Yeah, Bruce, man, I appreciate you, man. And I really have been treated well by the community here in Boulder and in Denver. You know what I mean? Never had any issues, man. Everybody been real cool. But I appreciate the community. I appreciate you, Neely, man, and what you do for the youngsters. I think I met you at Jackson when I brought Richard Young there.
You did? Yep.
And man, I think I still got your name in my phone as Mr. Neely Jackson. You know what I mean? So, man, I greatly appreciate and I'm honored, man, to be here, man. And anytime y'all need me on, man,
absolutely. We're gonna have you back
Coach,
on.
Before you go, though.
Oh, go ahead, Chico.
Hold on, Coach. Before you go, you post these. First of all, you're an author, so y'all can go purchase his book and everything. The link will be below. Y'all check that out. You can let us know about those books and everything that you have to offer, Coach. But I also want to bring up one of the quotes that you like to post online and kind of get you to dig into one or two of them. And we can start with this one right here.
Man, sometime I wake up, man. All the time I wake up, my goal is to impart value into somebody. You know what I mean? Just to give someone a different way of thinking. Because, people on your feed, man, there's some people on your feed who want to take their own life.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people on your feed that got kids that's in and out of prison, or a daughter who might be out there on drugs. Man, social media, it's social. You know what I mean? But there are people on social media put there by God to try to help somebody change their life around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And my quotes and stuff are mostly it started out as mostly for athletes, trying to give them tips. But now I'm seeing how parents are really becoming a part of the problem. Parent coming in on a recruiting visit talking about how much money so-and-so offered versus so-and-so. You know what I mean? Football, when I played at Florida State, I tell people all the time, we play University of Florida at night, CBS, number one game in the country. We walk out of that game, take a shower, and as we're walking out to the atrium to meet our people, they give us $10. Well, the cafeteria closed. We're gonna give you $10. Okay, what I'm supposed to do with this $10? Now, I wasn't able to get Pell Grant, so the only other time I got money was when we had a bowl game. They try to give us all these warm-up suits and rings and all that stuff and give us like $400-500. So I don't have no problem with NIL. I have no problem with profit sharing and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there's you have to be able to compartmentalize ball. You can't be motivated by money to go out there and do 2 a day. That got to be in your heart. You got to have daddy like this down here. You ain't got to give me down. I'm finna go out here and do this.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But just like this quote says, champions are made in the hours nobody sees. Y'all remember Philip Buchanan?
Yeah.
From Miami.
Yep.
Philip Buchanan kind of like grew up in the same neighborhood as my wife did. And he tells the story of about when he was going to camps and they were talking about 40 times. And he knew he had to run a certain 40 time to play for Miami or go to a Power 5 school. And he was running 40s late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, while everybody was asleep in between them poles. Nobody knew. Everybody was asleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we got to get our kids. And I always tell people, when you're raising young men and women, chores aren't just something you do because your mom and them made you do them. Chores build character. My mom used to make us rake the whole yard in the summer in that Florida heat, mow the grass. My daddy go to work. My daddy was a he was a lineman, electrical lineman. He climbed poles and crossed ditches. But my mom would always say, you ain't finna sit in this AC and your dad out there working.
That's a bar.
Wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Had that big list for you because she was a principal. Had that big list for you. Better be done by the time I get home. Or there's a price to pay. I don't know if parents still operate like that.
Man.
So I try to, in my own way, encourage parents through my videos. By the way, nearly my Facebook account just got hacked, so I'm trying to get that back. But I try to encourage parents and families and youth through my videos, and hopefully they're reaching people. But, you know, we got to do better. We got to stop showing fights on social media. We got to stop the booty shaking. You know, it is what it is. But we gotta empower our parents, man, in our communities, our coaches, our youth coaches, you know, our high school coaches. You know, we got a lot of high school coaches, bro, that if a kid go to college and get recruited, that's on them. I just want to ball game.
Yeah.
I always thought it was my job when I came in to get people recruited.
There you go.
I didn't have one coach come to Lehigh my first 2 years.
And then look up
Ryan Bartow. Y'all know, you know Ryan Bartow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ryan Bartow. I had a running back named Chris Curry who signed with LSU. Ryan Bartow broke the story on him, and I was like, Bartow, how do I get colleges to come to my school? He said, are you on Twitter? I said, no. He said, that's why. He taught me how to leverage Twitter to get coaches to school. Nearly, I was putting pound cakes on there, barbecue. So when a coach come to my school, he know me for more than being a high school coach.
Yeah.
I had a cake in the class. Man, you want a piece of cake? Yeah, Coach, and I've been wanting to try that.
I told you that's your bait.
I made a lot of friends like that. And my goal was to keep any coach at any level. I wanted to keep them in my classroom. I wanted to have a 45-minute conversation with them at least.
Yeah.
NAIA, Power 5, NFL, I ain't care. I want to talk to you for 45 minutes. I really want to get to know you. Because whether I have somebody who fits with you now or not, I'm going to have somebody down the line for you, and I want you to come by Lehigh. That's how I
building that relationship.
That's how I did it.
Now, Bartow cold-blooded, too, because he took that 24/7 and ran with it. Like, he was at Florida State for like the last 5-6 years, I think.
I think he ain't there no more.
Okay.
But Ryan Bartow has been a valuable commodity. He was a big part of my success at Lehigh.
Yeah, you said a name then because he the type of guy that's gonna reach out. Like it ain't matter what color, it ain't matter what was going on, where you was from. If he see you moving, hey, you know what you need. So now I'm glad you shot, man. Shout out to RB too, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Go way back,
Okay.
Neely. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
I'm just quiet. I just, you know what I'm saying? But
No,
it was a lot
Neely's just
going on.
quiet because you said that stuff about the booty shaking in the Instagram, and he was
I
like,
knew you
"Damn,
couldn't
gotta
wait,
get off
Chico. I
this
saw
shit."
you almost said so the first time.
I had to get it before he got me. I was like, he gonna get me on this. Let me
Well, I'm
say
not
it
going to
first.
accuse you of like a booty shaker.
Ah!
You up there with that Diddy trial. They call you the Punisher.
Well, you hard on Chico, man.
Man,
You did that, man, Chico.
I must have did something to him. I don't know what I did to him yet, but I did something to
Hey,
him.
Coach, you know how we do like it's right office, man. It's the barbershop. If we
Love
ain't
it.
joining each other, we don't like each other.
I love it, man.
That's how we show love, man.
Coach Cheney, speaking of barbershop, I need you to settle something. All right. Last time I came to Colorado, man, the first dude who gave me a job in sports was Mel Bratton. So Mel B just happened to be out there. He was a running back at University of Miami.
Yep.
Him and Coach Prime tight. Me and Neely sitting in the office. They started talking about the game, Miami versus Florida State, and who got the best. Did Mel B get the best of Coach Prime, or Coach Prime put it on Mel B that game?
I wasn't at Florida State at that time.
Okay.
But being a Florida football guy and a Florida football fan, I think you're talking about the game where Daniel Stubbs held up the Daniel Stubbs from Miami started that fourth quarter thing.
Okay.
That's when Michael Irvin caught that pass to win the game. You know what I'm saying?
That sound about right.
And you know, I got to give Miami their credit, man.
Yeah.
Miami had a secret weapon back then, Neely. You know what Miami's secret weapon was?
What's that?
The Orange Bowl.
The venue itself.
Think about it now. Go way back. When they tore down the Orange Bowl and that wasn't Miami home stadium no more, their program went down. Think about it.
That matches the timeline.
Played there twice. Both times my mom and them van got broken into. The dope boys behind our bench selling us out. Uncle Luke and them selling us out. It was a hard place to play. And Miami, for some reason, when they played in that place, their confidence was ridiculous. Wasn't big, roaches in the locker room. It was just an intimidating place to play. And you know, and be honest with you, they love playing at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. And in order to beat Miami back in them days, you had to be hitting on all cylinders.
Right.
You had to be hitting on all. You had to play damn near the perfect game to beat them. So I think probably Mel Bratton them got the best of Prime that day.
Just that, and I'm gonna say just that day, because Coach Prime did say Mel B had the agree on this one. He said he thought he had him on the sideline. He said Coach Prime came up and smacked him. He said he said they talk about all that tackling. He said hey, Prime line me up. I said okay. Well, hey, that's what they said. Now that came out of his mouth.
Prime is a you know, he's a tough character, man. Like people don't understand, man, how he was always the first dude on the field. I saw it in high school and college. Always the first dude on the field, last one off. Like he'll be walking on the field and receivers playing catch. If he get close to a receiver, he gonna knock the ball down. He won't let him catch it.
Right.
Like it's like it was like weird. And you know, one game, I want to say it was Southern Miss. He tweaked his ankle or something like that. So when we came out to practice that Monday or Tuesday, he was full pad, ready to go. And the trainer was like, "No, you out." Man, it was like 7 coaches over there trying to hold Coach Prime back. He was mad, he was cut. I mean, it was like, he was like, "No, I'm practicing." You know what I'm saying? It was like a whole deal. You know, and they had to get Coach Bowden to come over there and walk him off. You know what I mean? Like people don't understand what went into that.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I was like, wow, you know, come home, he running 17 miles on the beach. Like he just had something in his mind and his heart to where he just wanted to be great. And
you know, man, one of the things I love about that coach is when he talks to y'all, the staff he's assembled, because he's assembled a staff of greats. And he tells his staff, you folks around the table, like, look, man, look for yourself in these players.
That's
Like
right.
I hired y'all because of what y'all have done, what y'all have built, what you've been through. When you in your room, Sap, look for you.
That's right.
And when you meet with these guys, look for you. Look, like we got to identify the us in them, and that's how we're gonna become champions.
Absolutely, totally 100% agree.
Sound man.
Man.
Manny said, wrap it up, B.
He ain't lying.
Coach, we appreciate you coming in, man. You are legendary. Florida State. I played on that field too. Doak Campbell Stadium. I played on there, man. Yeah,
Where you from? Where you from, my boy?
I'm from all over.
Okay,
I'm just playing.
You were from Selma, Alabama, man.
I'm from the 27 Selma, Alabama. You ever heard of Selma, Alabama?
Yes, my mother-in-law's from Selma.
Get out of here. See what I'm
Her
saying?
Her name is Willie Mae Watts.
She's a Watts?
She's a Watts.
Man, shout out to all the Watts from Selma, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could Watts are kind of like Neely's. Everybody's named Watts. You know what I mean? You whether their first name is Michael, James, whatever, they call them Watts. You call everybody Neely down there. So shout out to all the Watts family, man. Small world.
Hey, man. Awesome, man. Thank y'all for what y'all do, man.
And just so you know, Coach, he wasn't on Doak Campbell Field playing. They had a scared straight program. They brought the juvenile convicts trying to teach them a better way.
Hey, man. We got to get it how we can, man.
Yeah, I just didn't want you to think that he tried to lead it open-ended like he was there. But
I trust him. I was like, okay, man, hey, that's what's up.
All right, I used that. Like I was there. You know, we just.
Hey, Coach, you know you are welcome anytime, man. The rest of the summer, of course, during the fall. Hey, I know you back in Colorado. Chico, put up Louisiana Glen thing again, because Coach know how to barbecue and cook too. Our main man in the chat, Louisiana Glen, he having something in Arvada this weekend.
Okay.
Barbecue.
He fry fish too, don't it?
Yeah. He do all that.
See him on social media.
Yeah, Louisiana Glen.
He do all that stuff. Yeah, right there.
Hold on. Let me take
anybody watching from 303, y'all check him out. Saturday, May 24th from noon to 4 in Arvada, Colorado. You see the address down there, 14701 Louisiana Glen. Tell him Uncle Chico and Duke sent you.
Well, that boy selling Fireball too, ain't it?
Yeah, free. No, he say free tasting.
Free tasting.
Well, I know he's from the
All that means is everybody gonna
get ribs and some Fireball. A slab. Hey, let me get a slab, some baked beans, potato salad, and some Fireball.
Hey, speaking of fire, we're gonna let you get out here, Coach. One of your most famous speeches. Everybody love you. Said we with that fire. Let's get out of here.
We ride with our fire.
Ride with our fire.
Now, when I did that speech, the thugs knew what fire meant.
Mm-hmm.
I turned it into focus, intense effort. That's what I meant. But you think about this, Neely. We won that week.
You did.
When Prime let me back out there, I'm coming back with the fire. They might need to let me out there, Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech ride with their fire this year too.
And we're gonna make sure he sees it, and we're gonna let him know.
We're gonna have to have fire.
Yeah. Coach, we appreciate you, man. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. And we'll see you soon. I'll see you next week.
Thank you for having me.
So, Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach. Once again, man. Coach Cheney.
If I go to Colorado and I'm trying to go out in Denver, I'm taking Coach Cheney with me. I know he got this fire on him. You hear me? Yeah, Coach, that's my partner. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I stopped by his office because I know one thing you can get. No. Look at me. So I'm gonna pre-pause this one, Chico. This is a pre-pause. You stop by Coach Cheney's office, you can get some south in your mouth. He got the honey buns. He got the pound cakes. He got the sweet potato. Like, man, you like, man, we in Selma. Where we at? Like, he got all the southern food.
That's a lie. Not Selma.
Y'all eat pound cake in Selma?
We eat pound cake in Selma.
Oh, okay.
Why you say that's
compliment your po ass town? Now you gonna hit me back?
Now my town po. Hey, y'all hear that 2-7? Hey, calm down. Don't ride. Don't shoot. Don't throw the grenades. Don't show up until I try
to compliment y'all. Y'all Ambassador Chico.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, Chico, that wasn't cool. Hey, man, it ain't that. One time somebody asked me where I'm from, and I say, not College Park. That man asked you where you from.
Because he's Shane.
All over.
Shane.
You know
how you gonna be Shane when you got it? tatted on you.
I'm from all over.
Y'all must be
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying, Chico, I ain't even. Chico, you
What?
can't. Don't, man. Listen, no. You
Man,
can't,
y'all, I'm not even gonna let y'all try to make that something. I'm not even
You
gonna
did
let
it.
y'all try to make that
Dude.
something. Because I said, I'm from all over
My
jokingly.
grandmama told me, dude.
Come on, man, get out of here.
My
You don't
grandmama
get-
told me it's a, my grandmama told me it's a, my grandmama told me it's a
Too sour.
pitchfork frog that is shit on his own lily pad.
That's true. And you ain't never heard me shit on my 2
I know that man asked you where you from. You hemmed and hauled.
Ever. What?
Chico, you said that was like Chico. Now you know you don't supposed to do that now.
Man, y'all. Man,
I'm just
Hey,
telling
act
you.
like
I'm
you
not even
lying.
gonna
I'm telling you
entertain
what
that,
to do.
dog.
I ain't,
I'm
Chico,
not
I
even
ain't,
gonna
even trying to roast you. I'm just saying, like, you know, man, don't do that, man. You know the folks.
Whatever y'all trying to do. You
I
feel
seen
what I'm
that
saying?
lady. I seen that lady that Aunt sent to the group chat yesterday from Selma who was mad at Popeyes. But hey, you do not want her. You ain't see the lady who was mad about Popeyes in Selma.
Oh, you don't watch my clips. I send you something you don't watch.
Yeah.
You send us
No,
stuff. We had to call you
send
about
me
it.
something yesterday when I was on the highway where I had just hit the highway.
Yeah,
And you sent something. I said,
Okay.
no, I'm not finna.
That's like, dude. Me and you have our own chat group. We ain't have.
Hey, man.
Big Beach Franklin, $2 super
Please
chat.
don't.
My dog, Big Cuz Deuce. What's up, Cuz? Welcome back. Big Beach Franklin wants to welcome you back with the $2 super chat.
Man, what's happening, Big Beat? For sure. Yeah, Chico. All I'm saying is this. I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying, like, maybe next time.
First of all,
I can't say
he
nothing.
asked when I said Florida, when I said I played at Florida State, and he said where you from, I was thinking at first he was saying colleges, right? And so I was finna say, then he said, nah, where you from? Now I was like, okay. So then I said,
where did you answer?
then I say what I always say
What did
when
you
somebody asks me where I'm from. I always say something like, I'm from the far east side of the globe, or I'm from here. Just
What did
throw
you-
them out.
what did you
Same
answer?
way when somebody hold
What did
down.
you answer?
Same way when somebody asks me what sport did you play, I always say so. Oh, I play soccer.
What
Or
did
I
you
play
answer?
volleyball, just to get them to look like.
What did you answer?
You know what I'm saying?
The man asked you where you from. You said I'm from all over. We had to step in and say, man, he from Selma. We had to rep your nation for you.
You wanted to step in and say that.
I'm
for
proud
whatever
that you from
reason.
Selma.
For
Edmund
whatever
Pettus
reason.
Bridge, Cradle of
Let
Civil
me
Rights
speak for
Movement.
me speaking.
But
You
I'm from
understand what
all
I'm
over because I
saying?
want to let you know about the cockroaches in Auntie Chicken house.
Hey man, you gonna get up off my Auntie Chicken. RP Auntie Chicken. Come back and get him in his sleep tonight, Auntie Chicken. All right, for me.
Hey,
I
boy.
appreciate
Hey,
it.
listen,
Love you.
Chico, you need to take that hex off of him now. That ain't fair.
He can't put, man. Look, let chicken come over here. Chicken gonna leave pregnant.
Man.
Hey, buddy. All right, boy. Y'all boys.
Pregnant ghost.
All right, man. We getting up out of here, man.
Man, hey.
Matter of fact, hold on. Rewind. Because we gotta talk about something that just reminded me of.
Y'all play,
I'm sure Duke's probably covered it also. Hold on. Okay. Here's my question that I wanted to ask before we got into all this. Chico, where you from, mode? You feel what I'm saying?
Chico.
$1.99 super chat. Chico is definitely ashamed of the project.
Man, it be your old folks, don't it? It be your old damn folks. Don't let me forget this question, please. RG3 and Ryan Clark.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to go there at all?
I don't care.
Did Ryan Clark go too far? I just saw a thing like today saying like we've come here all the way from a Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese file, right? We've come to the point where Ryan Clark is having to show a picture of his firstborn daughter because she was with a non-black woman. You know what I mean? I don't even know whether she was white or not, but because I never seen her. But the point is, that started from talking about a foul with Caitlin Clark and them all the way to damn near getting personal into where they're talking about, well, I ain't never liked you as a teammate and stuff like that. And at the end of the way, who made it personal?
Yeah.
That's debatable, I would think.
I mean, I'm gone, man. You don't want to talk about it then. I'm gone. If you're not gonna be honest about it, ain't no need talking about it. Things happen in chronological order.
Okay, so you tell me then.
No, I asked you a question. You the one want to talk about it.
And I said it's debatable.
Okay, so debate which one you think it is.
Okay, I'm saying it's debatable depending on how whoever is looking at it will say. Because someone can say that, from what I've heard, that Ryan Clark made it personal by saying what you don't talk about in your household. First of all, how you know what I talk about in my household? and you're assuming that I don't talk about something because of what you see from my wife. You're not taking into consideration my background and where I come from. And that's like, I just thought about it. That's almost trying to judge Chico basing off just my history in Hawaii and not giving any revelation.
Look at
I ain't
look
saying,
at-
come on,
Dukes.
Chico.
Look at Dukes. Look at Dukes.
I ain't even say nothing.
Yo, I said it all.
Go ahead,
You
Chico.
smizing. You smizing.
Dukes
smizing.
Dukes leaned in like we finna go there. Here we going. We going.
Chico, don't keep going, Chico.
Y'all so
Oh.
man,
I
I'm
ain't
gonna
even
go
say
eat
nothing.
breakfast, man.
No, he didn't say that, Chico. We
You
just
s-
leaned in.
Chico, what? Talk about your house in Hawaii. Come on.
Nah,
That's
don't
where you
worry
was at.
about it.
Or Austria.
No, listen, you just said that it's like they trying to talk to man. Keep going.
Here we go, smizing. My dog got him a word. That's another T-shirt. We're gonna have a Duke segment on the merch. Smizing.
Nintendo.
What I was trying to say is that's like discrediting, not even acknowledging where I actually come from. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying because of the last 10 years, it erases your past 30 years or 20 years or whatever. You know what I mean? So however long RG3 has been with his white wife or past wife or whatever, that's not discrediting him being black. And I think Ryan Clark kind of tried to do that. Now, when RG3 responded, I felt like he was wrong.
Wait, he did what?
When he responded.
Wait, he did what?
Okay, so I guess you're trying to make a point that he responded.
No, I'm just saying respond means that something else went first.
To Ryan Clark.
No, you making the point. Like, so that means Ryan Clark made it personal first. If I responded, that means somebody else went first.
Okay, but I asked you the question, right? And okay. Anyways, so when he responded, you could see RG3 taking it personal, you know what I mean? And basically kind of swung back at him. Now, at the end of the day, real talk, if they were to go head to head and just fight it out like this point is kind of like is at the point where we just go outside and fight. At this point, man, when you offend a man's family like that, I don't think Ryan Clark want to have no parts of RG3 one-on-one, head up in a fade like Dukes would say.
Why I gotta say a fade? I never said a fade. I never said a fade.
Referencing you saying
fighting
one-on-one. What do you call it? What do you call it one-on-one fighting?
Oh, okay,
whatever you call it.
All right. Whatever y'all say over there. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Now, straight up, Chico. Okay, all right. So basically, you saying that just so I can break it down.
You can bring the breakfast in.
And so basically,
they bring the breakfast in.
So no, but straight up, you basically said RG3. if they fight, RG3 will win because RG3 got something to fight for real because you disrespected my family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Dorsey says, Chico, it's okay to like white women. It's not okay to use black women to uplift your white girlfriend. I don't know what the hell Kevin is talking about, but that's what he said.
It's okay to like white women. It's not okay to use black women to uplift your. I don't know.
Yeah,
so in the debate, and
I didn't see him doing that.
Hold on, in the debate, they're saying that Ryan Clark was basically saying like, bro, you attacking this, you attacking this black girl. And the way you saying it with this white lady in the background is like you putting this black girl down for how for how she kicks it, how she does her thing, and basically you're doing that to uplift what you have going on, and that's kind of where they were saying the point that Ryan Clark was making. Now, whether that point is right or wrong, I mean, I don't know, but
or past the line or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's what I felt could have been, not necessarily well. Probably debatable because some people can see it as Ryan Clark stepped over, and or people might see that he did step over, and RG3 took it the wrong way. That's what I was saying because you got people seeing it both sides. You know what I mean?
I think RG3 took it the way it was intended. Like it was what it was, and I'm not getting into who right, who wrong, who stepped which way, who stepped. Because one thing I don't do, fella. I just don't do internet beef. Y'all know my stance on stuff. If you got a problem with me, call me. If you don't know my phone number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. So I don't go back and forth with people I don't know, just because they are a known name. Like I don't know, I done met RG3 and Ryan Clark. They can come on the show. I guess I ain't here to promote their show, but when I do know one thing, just because, and you can make it me, Chico, just because I didn't make a big deal out of Caitlin Clark fouling Angel Reese, don't mean I hate my black mama. like I don't know how you can correlate stuff when you talk about sports, and then if you respond to sports and interject somebody's personal life as an example of why they feel the way they feel, if you really don't have evidence of that, like you're saying, Chico, it shouldn't be a point, in the argument, because you don't know what's going on at that man's house. That man might be sitting up with his mixed family watching Farrakhan videos for all you know. You don't know,
Right.
and all of this was brought out of his opinion about two basketball players. You try to make it into something else, man. Shout out to RG3, shout out to Ryan Clark, and man, what they eating ain't making me shit. So I promise you, I can't die in the ditch on any one of them.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their preference. What you like is what you like.
Yeah. Dude,
Well,
hey, dude, let me tell you, you my white here. You my old white here. Like, Deuce my mofo, man. Big Beast Franklin, $5 super chat. Big Unc went to see Dr. Funkenstein Wednesday night. Definitely thought about the Funk Unc Neely dope experience. Like, man, look, let me tell you something. One of my most vivid memories, Big Beast Franklin. Too young to be in a concert, Mississippi Coliseum. And out of nowhere, at least in little kids' eyes, because you don't know to look up when you're in a concert, the damn mothership landed on the stage and Parliament came out. Bootsy Collins, George Clinton. Man, I've been a P-Funk ever since. Make my funk to P-Funk.
Hey, that Uncle Della's graphic I saw was hard too.
Hey man, shout out to the chat. Chat came up with that. You got the big dogettes, people who like Chico, and then you got the Uncadelics.
The big dogettes.
Talking about the P-Funks when he saw the concert. But you been P-Funk. That Pamper Funk.
I'm talking about 1985 when I saw this.
That Pamper Funk.
How was you in 85? Was you born, Chico?
1985. I was just a young boy trying to learn to be.
No Selma birth certificate written in pencil. Ain't no telling when you
might be old. I might be. I'm kind of like, if I was born somewhere else other than Selma, like, and I was in overseas.
I know. They asked Duke where he's from. He say College Bard. They asked Neil where he from. He say West Jackson. They asked Chico where he from. He go.
We know that. We could guess that probably.
I'm from all over, boss.
Damn. How you say you could guess that, Chico?
We could probably guess that.
Why you say that, Chico?
Because he saying we hood.
I'm just messing with y'all, man. Just like y'all mess with me, man.
He saying we hood.
Chico, no, I'm just
love and affection. Call jokes, dude. Just like y'all be trying to joke on me. You know what? I'm being serious.
Brooklyn Driver said Chico was born at home. With a midwife.
I think I was actually. Shout out to my dear.
Chico, no, you weren't born at the house, Chico.
I think I was born in that tub. They used to always joke and say, boy, that's the way you was born at right there. Yeah, stop lying, grandma. I was born in the hospital. Don't tell it. Y'all gonna tell him? You gonna tell him? You wonder why you look different
Chico,
there. Everybody else over here 5'9". How the hell you 6+?
Chico, you were born at the house.
Well, at the house.
Hey man, look, there's so many jokes about that.
And then Mo said in his mama bathwater at that. He said you was born in your mama bathwater. Big Mo. Mo with the membership star. He said you was born in your mama bathwater at that.
Man, y'all wow.
Mo, that's why he love getting back in it. He feel like home.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And then left her Reynolds in his mama bathwater, probably.
Now we're going too far now, Biggs. You're gotten too far now, Biggs. You kill me, guys. All right. This has been another episode of The Morning Run on this great Aloha Friday. Thank you guys for coming out once again to join us. Dukes the Scoop finally back at home from his time wherever he was. I'm not gonna put anything out there. I guess I'll be snitching. That's all we'll say. You know what I mean?
Chico got mad at me when he said he went for Selma. I don't why you get so I couldn't even make my
that's
point.
what happened.
No, because I thought y'all was serious at first. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I am serious. That's what happened. That man asked you where you from, and you hemmed and hawed.
But Chico, you never
Why
let me
Chico so secretive?
Chico, you never let me make my point.
And then y'all, what's your point?
I was just saying, like, you don't want to alienate the people from Selma who love you.
I can't alienate nobody. And listen, man, I'm from the 27 SEL. The people that know me knows me. You understand?
Just SEL, born at home in my mama bathwater.
You don't have my number. So you feel what I'm saying? If you're from the 27 SEL and you know it, and you know me, then you know what time it is. You feel what I'm saying? And if anybody knows me, and if anybody ever asks me, where are you from? What's your name? Where you from? Or what you do? I always give an alternate answer. Period. What's your name? Chris, Daryl, Mike. I've done that. It comes out naturally. You feel me? I do that because the first thing people gonna say, Chico, that's your real name. So to stop that, I'll come up with an alternative or an alias. You know what I mean?
You feel like people will do that, like they won't believe you from Selma?
I don't feel like I know. It's been my name since I was born, since kindergarten.
Chico,
Hello,
you
do we have Chico here? Raise your hand. Oh, damn, I thought it was going to be a little Mexican stand up.
Chico,
how y'all going to say that?
Chico, we got
these things.
Chico, we got to parse through this trauma. You didn't even hear what I said. I said, do you think they gonna say that? Do you think they would? Do you think they would not think that you from Selma? And you kept talking about Chico.
No, because that's what I was making the point of, the name Chico.
No,
and
but
no,
I'm do you think? What about Selma though?
Maya with the membership star says Chico is on the run. That's why he in Hawaii.
Could be like Jay-Z and Beyonce on the run out here. No.
Hey,
why would you come to Hawaii if you're on the run?
I was just talking about the young Chico back in Selma who may not have your phone number, who may watch this show and say, "Hey man, I look at this because I want to be like big dog Chico," and then big dog Chico go out here and say, "And you know what I'm saying?" You don't remember growing up, like, so one of the best parts of me watching 106 in Park is seeing a Pastor Troy video or somebody from the South.
Yeah.
And them represent it. And they, and, I'm from such and such.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the young Chico back at Selma. But you know what? It's young Chico.
Chico back at Selma. See, here's the difference. The young Chico back at Selma probably actually touched the hands of the real Chico, because the real Chico is actually in the community, putting out there and giving back with time and investing time with these young kids for no money, no anything, giving football helmets, giving equipment, giving water, giving instructions, dropping off, picking up, all of these things. So they probably met and talked to and really felt the hand of Big Dog Chico. So they understand. So all this stuff that anybody try to say online, it doesn't phase them, doesn't affect them.
Stuff
they know the real.
Chico?
You understand me? Anything.
Let him talk, Deuce. I think he admitted to some trauma. Like he's saying it from another perspective, but he let it out. Let him cook.
Like, this is good. Like,
let him Chico, this is good.
So Chico, like the first time, let me ask you,
what's wrong with these guys, family?
Chico, the first time like somebody made you feel a kind of way, like
up, fam?
What was like the reaction? How did it make you feel inside?
What?
The first time that somebody said something about your name.
Brooklyn driving. When last time you went back home? Oh, you never left?
Chico.
Oh, you said when you. Oh,
I just got one question, Chico, and you can answer off air. You can answer it off air, Chico, if you're not comfortable answering from the chat. But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Point to where they touched you at.
Hey man. Hey, no, we can't. No, that ain't no, because
see what I'm saying, guys?
No, we can't. I'm
trying to help him through this.
Nah, man, because at the end of the day,
he won't say he was sellable.
Yeah,
I ain't got to sell me. It's on me. It's in me. You understand me? You hear it. When I say "oh" now, that's an ode to my city. You know what I'm saying? When I say the 2-7, that's an ode to my city. You feel me? When I made it a thing to wear across your chest, that's the ode to my city. You feel me? Everything I've done from the 2-7 SEL.
Chico, hey man, Chico said, at Brooklyn
anonymous.
Hey, look, Brooklyn Driver said, Chico, when last time you been home? He said, well, you must ain't never left. I said, okay then, Chico. Yeah, tell that man he ain't got no stamps on his passport. Huh?
You can't go nowhere and bring them back from the outside and help your community, dog. What you doing?
Ooh.
go get some different experiences so you can see some, so you can understand how I can influence them in the worldly way and not just in the same old. You know what? I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me
You know what just dawned on me, Dukes?
What's that?
You ever like watch the movies?
I'm standing behind this.
You ever watch movies and TV shows? This just popped in my head why they do this. They on the movies and TV shows, the therapist be sitting in the chair and the person laying on the couch. I think it's so they don't make eye contact. Cause sitting here listening and looking at Chico, I'm somewhere between wanting to bust out laughing or saying this nigga crazy. Like I can't figure out.
You can do both, but guess what? Neither one will affect me or anybody from the two. You feel me? So do your thing and have your fun.
Well, Big Papa Funk says, don't worry about it, Chico, because Keisha in love with you no matter what. So yeah, that's enough. You know she ain't said that. He said that.
Man, Chico, look, bro.
Man, my hand went back into old school mode. My hand haven't been in this mode in a long time. You see this? Y'all see this? Look.
Yeah,
you see it?
For who?
Y'all see this hand? Man,
yeah,
I ain't been in this mode in a long time.
We see that weak ass hand. What you gonna do with
it? What's the address on that hand, Chico?
My uncle used to,
What's the address on it? Where you sitting in that hand? No, it ain't
44303.
You ain't that one.
It's for anybody who's in reach right now. They might get this. You feel what I'm saying? My uncle
Kevin Dorsey say Chico got somebody cooking breakfast right now.
Hey, my uncle actually got.
That's not look, somebody said.
My uncle used to say, "Did you see this boy? You see this boy? He's ready to slap any one of y'all that slept up in my area." Everybody used to bag up. I'm ready to slap somebody, man.
Hey, man, look, but I tell you this, Chico, man, you ever want to talk, bro? Man, this for. But
I talked to my therapist yesterday at 3:45 p.m. So we all good in the hood, baby. You feel me?
So,
Black man, y'all need some therapists. Y'all talk to him. And therapy is not getting on here trying to talk to Chico. Go
is
do
your therapist
thing.
credentialed, or you just be calling 1-900 numbers and whoever pick up?
No, this is actually good insurance.
Nah, man, no, I'm telling you, hey, look, but that therapist is essential though. And you know what? We need to bring a therapist on here.
Good idea.
One of our choosing, Dukes. We can't let Chico pick.
Yeah. No,
hey, if y'all missed the show last night, we had JJ from the SIP on Uncle Chico Thursday night. That was a cold-blooded show, man. JJ from the SIP, y'all seen him on
good therapy, man.
Family Vacation and Def Comedy Jam, Comic View, and a whole bunch of other specials. Cedric the Entertainer, Shaq's comedy special and stuff. Shout out to JJ from the SIP. He told us different stories and stuff from back in the day. I also told us some different y'all just gotta go check it out. You know what I mean?
He was gonna try to put some on me, but he couldn't.
I was gonna put some. I ain't gonna say that.
I know, I can see it in your face. He like, damn, I'm finna get up, but I don't want to get hit back. I saw it in his face, y'all.
I was like, the juice ain't worth that squeeze right there.
You know I know you. I'm like, he finna run this way. He coming A gap. He
finna run this way. I was definitely coming, dog. I was definitely coming.
You live up,
I did this time.
I like he finna shoot a shot at Unc. Here he come.
You caught that one now.
That joke got right there slid.
I said, no, I'm just gonna go this way over here. Just like I told y'all, I look in the classroom, I see you and JJ in there. I said, man, I ain't going to class today. Let me go down the hall to another class or something. Go mess with somebody else. These two fools are here, boy.
I saw it on your face, Chico. Dude, what you got for Memorial Day weekend, man? What we gonna get a cake at? TT cooking?
Man, you know what? Probably I'm gonna chill, man. My dad probably get on the grill. Man, I'm gonna get out here and throw the football with Cam.
Well, you know, get out there on the grill?
Man, what?
That's what's up, dog.
Yeah, he don't play around much. And then me and Chico got the Chico Olympics coming. So, I was down in Miami shooting a little basketball this weekend. So, yeah,
hey, that's what he's been preparing for secretly. He ain't been telling nobody. He didn't really got a trainer.
Yeah.
He said whenever it drop, I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that's my brother. So you see 2 5'9" dudes on your head, bro. I'm telling you. You be like, all right. I ain't by myself either, Chico.
I do not. I told y'all the story before. I do not underestimate termites. We call them termites. Well, that's what they call them themselves. 3 of my homeboys. All of them was 5'8" and under, running backs.
Yellow Jackets.
And Yellow Jackets, I like that.
Yeah, putting those things
One of
on
the
your
big
ass.
offensive lineman, man, was talking smack one day in the locker room. Man, them termites got on his ass. And one of my big coaches came out. He about 6'6" too. He said, man, y'all get up on my boy. He fighting for his offensive lineman. Take him to the locker room. He see the knots on his face and stuff. He looked at him. After everybody was gone, he said, man, them termites got on your ass, then, boy. Give me them termites out there.
I'm telling you. The one you see in the video, a nutcase, man, I'm gonna bring him on the show one day. You're gonna be like, yeah. But it ain't about him. It's about the Chico and Dukes Olympics. So I'm just, I ain't gonna show you the basketball footage. I don't want to scare you off.
Hey, Dukes, it ain't none of my business. I'm just asking as a concerned citizen. Is there some interest rates on them push-ups, or it just stay flat, same as cash?
Same as cash, no APR.
Gotcha.
Really, I'm just banking them.
Bitcoin.
Yep. Just seeing how Chico, how we interact, because some days, it may feel like, what, Chico, let me get all the remaining balance. But some days I might just want to say, what, Chico, in the middle of an argument, I might just say, bro, let me get 2 push-ups.
I don't think you need to do this to win, but you're familiar with the Money in the Bank match, where when you win the bank, you could challenge the champion anytime, even if it's lowest. I don't think you got to do this, dudes, but I'm just saying, as a counselor, advisor, friend, right before y'all do the Olympics, like maybe the second event, and you're setting the push-ups right before he got to do something.
Yeah,
that's
I like
a lie.
By
the time the event come, and you know what, I'm not even gonna tell you. Just try that. Just try that method. Just try that method.
Right.
Just make sure you get back down there. You need to holler at Madhouse Training. That's where you might need to go to and get with big Anquin Barnes. Get with Mari Powell Smith and Judkins and everybody else who go down there to Madhouse Training and get right. Because I don't know if I don't know if y'all gonna be.
That's pretty close to shit talking of you, Chico. That's right there.
It's all good.
Close, yeah.
I'm just telling them.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna take it biblical, man. A hardy spirit precedes a great fall. I'm leaving it at that.
He living his best life. He ain't going back and forth.
Papa Funk say credit card rates over 30%. Chico be in trouble if Deuce puts interest on it, because he be right back up to 100.
Man, I'm so fair with it, man. I've been very fair the whole time. It's Chico.
Hey man,
and then even when I try to be I try to be Chico counselor, friend, cousin.
He won't accept it.
He won't accept it, man. And he got so mad today. Well, I know what.
Hey, Dukes, you ever been around abused puppy or hurt young dog? You can reach your cap and he do this. You like, man, wait, I'm moving my hat, man. That's how Chico be. Like, you make any move toward Chico, he jump defensive. That's why I be saying in advance, Chico, I'm ball your fist. I'm about to give you a compliment. Because anything with his name in it, he read the pounce.
Yeah, man, that's all funny, man. I said, Chico, what about the sub? He said, no, I'm talking about Chico. I'm like, dang, Chico. Well, let's talk about it then. It's a talk show. Let's talk.
Chico is wonderful. Chico is amazing. Chico is great.
Chico is enough. Chico,
life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Shouts out to
your therapist told you to look in the mirror
every
morning and say that.
Yes, indeed.
Chico,
and I advise you to look in the mirror every morning and say the same thing to yourself also. That you're great. I know you might not believe it, but try it. It'll work.
I look in the mirror every morning. I go,
damn.
I'm talk to Chico today.
You look in the mirror and just say, damn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But it's a positive day.
Hold up, man. I know this is wrong from last night. And that's why I didn't bring it up, because it was just been a total just, come on, Chico. But Unc said last night, man. And I know what he was saying, but it just sounded funny the way he said it. When you were said,
come on, dog. Come on, man.
And somebody put it in the chat also, when you said, but God. But God.
Oh, y'all talking B-U-T-T God. It's still something wrong with y'all, man. Old folks been saying but God forever and a day.
I knew it was gonna be something like that. I knew it was gonna be something Chico was supposed to laugh at.
Like the but God, y'all are sick.
Look, I heard it, but I of course, I kept my face straight.
What
But
is
then
wrong with y'all,
somebody in
man?
the chat said it. They said, "But God,
Man,
B-U-T-T
hey,
God." And then
dude, how'd you
it
make it
again.
through? How'd you make it through them hard times, dude? Man, nothing but God.
Yeah, I already
But
know.
And
and
this
then he
man
said,
talking about some but
"But
God.
God." No, you said, "But God."
But that's what the
Like, huh?
old folks say.
But
You
God.
pop
I was
off
like,
with
"Oh
nothing,
my
like, man,
God."
but God. And y'all talking about booty God.
He can't hold it. That nigga's
That's
crazy.
because he the but God. I told you he the Punisher. Reverend BJ Nelson, come on, dog. Like, they come on, man. Y'all got Real dying on. Come on, Real. We can't say but God at church.
Chico crazy. Man, now if you don't want Chico to let Chico be in the
That's
sermon,
why they
everybody
kicked his ass
quiet.
out of Bible school right there.
Man, can you
They said,
imagine
but
somebody?
God, and he just kept on laughing.
Hey, can,
And they
man,
said, get the hell out of here.
can you imagine somebody giving a real testimony and saying, "Well, y'all, it's been a rough 4 years. I lost my family. I lost this. And they say, but God, and Chico just crack up and die laughing, bro. No,
I
bro.
didn't laugh at first. I promise you, I didn't laugh. I held it, and then Unc said it again, and the chat said it again. I was like, "But God, boy!" I cried, laughed. I said, "Let me get off this thing real fast.
It's something wrong with
I'm
you,
not
man.
gonna do this.
It's something
It
absolutely
is
wrong.
something wrong with me."
Yeah, man.
I said B-U-T, comma God, but God.
I know what you
And
said.
this man said B-U-T-T, God, with the exclamation point. Like he ready for the but God.
Man, look,
That
buddy.
ish was so funny, Ocho. That was funny right there.
That's funny, man.
Listen,
All right,
that's something
Chico.
wrong with y'all, man.
Now I think we can leave on that
Man,
one.
y'all have a safe Memorial Day weekend with your families. And remember, Memorial Day is remembering those who were lost in war. So shout out to them. Y'all be safe out there, man. Don't pop firecrackers in your hand like Chico used to do, trying to hold it to the last minute.
We used to shoot them at each other. But
And
anyway,
don't do like Chico. If you're gonna barbecue, if you grill, you can throw it on the grill anytime. If you're barbecuing, that starts the day before. You got to see. Don't let Chico come over there with his unseasoned meat, his unprepped meat. If a man bring his meat over to your house and he ain't prepped it, don't mess with his meat.
Hey yo,
you got to look. Well, y'all, if you go to his house, ask him if he prepped his meat. If he ain't prepped his meat, don't let him cook. And that's but God. B-U-T-T.
if he prepped his meat,
He got prep your meat, Chico.
He said he said it 3 times, dude. He said it 3 or 4 times. If y'all go to a guy's house and he prep his meat,
you better look,
gotta
ladies.
prep
I'm
his
telling
meat.
you, if you don't prep his meat, he'll steal out your purse.
For Unc to come there, that meat got to be prepped.
Got to prep your meat. When I know they coming, Chico, I prep my meat and clean my bathroom, and I be mad when they don't show up. And I'm like, man, I clean this toilet for nothing.
I didn't prep my meat and ain't nobody come.
I ain't sitting right here prepping meat for nothing. I'll prep this meat to eat. Take a deep breath, Chico. Take a deep breath.
Hey, man.
Prep your meat, man. That's the bottom line is to prep your meat.
Hey, man, y'all stupid, man.
We cooking Monday. Your meat should start getting prepped Saturday and Sunday. Prep your meat.
Well, I tell you the truth, dog.
I knew it. I said, I need to hit that inhaler before I even start today. Gracious.
That right takes the truth, man. I get mad when that happens. I go in there and pee on top of the toilet just because I'm mad.
Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought I was playing about that butt God. Y'all see how he kept saying prep your meat. That was exactly,
man. I'm just
that was exactly how he did the butt God, man.
I'm a genius comic, man. I'm just playing into it, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that was
Gene, we're gonna.
I bet your meat ain't prepped. I bet
that. That's the difference. That's like what Coach Prime say. You ever see a cheetah stretch before he go get his prey? No, he just take off and run. See, that's the same thing with me. You got to be multi-dimensional. You got to be versatile. With your meat. I can come with my meat prepped already, or I can prep it while I'm there. You feel me? And then barbecue it there.
Your meat stay ready.
It's just a different way of coming. You got prep meat.
Oh, so you like that clip I sent you with Stephen A. Smith. You bricked up with a hose at.
Somebody say, who's eating unprepped meat? Nah, the meat get prepped when he gets there. You know what I mean?
We don't mess with Chico meat.
That meat gonna have you right. It's gonna have you
Chico
stuffed
meat
and
ain't worth a
full.
damn.
That meat gonna have you
Chico
stuffed
meat
and
to have
full
you
till
right
Sunday.
while you there, but you're gonna be sick when you get home because it wasn't prepped. Food poisoning don't hit you while you're eating it. It's while you digest it.
Unbelievable.
I had fun over at Chico's house. Yeah, Monday.
The meat
Let's
won't
see how you
taste
feel
good,
when.
Chico.
Boy, that's
Y'all let us know in the chat. Y'all want some prepped meat or some unprepped meat?
No, do not let us know that in the chat. Chico, get 155. Get out of here, man.
For Dukes the Scoop,
show.
for Big Dog Chico, and for the Butt God, we're gonna be up in about this.
And for my right hand man, the meat prepper, Big Dog Chico. If you need your meat prep, he don't do his, but he'll do yours.
Hot stepper, young hitter, the
He
meat
will clean your meat. He don't clean his.
Chico, you heard this? Chico, you gotta listen, boy. You heard what he said?
What'd he say?
I ain't say nothing. Log off.
Lord have mercy. You can't be prepping your meat. Wow. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. I got y'all a nice 2-hour morning run today. So y'all gonna be in some good shape for the weekend. Y'all can watch this, y'all can clip this, y'all can share this all the way up until a good old Sunday night live with Uncle Chico. And
Andre Walker say Chico out here putting grill marks on tofu and think he doing something.
That's fire too. The real tofu, what? He's good.
Prep your meat, Chico. Prep your meat, clean your bathroom. She on the way.
If you keep it clean and keep it prepped, Ocho, you won't have to prepare when she comes.
Jeez.
Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. We're gonna be up in about this same piece in the Middle East. Deuce Scoop, Big Dog Chico, and the Butt God. Peace. Yeah.
How you gonna end the show with Butt God?
The Butt God.
You think I was gonna unmute my mic, come back here and say Chico with the unseasoned prep meat?
The Butt God.
The non-prep meat, Chico.
If you woke up winning, put a 100 in the chat right now. If you woke up winning, appreciate y'all.
If you woke up and your meat was prepped, put Chico in the chat.
All of you hear me. Is that Chico going to hell? What I do?
Chico, end the show there, man.
But God. Yes.